Dosa. Tonight I'm going to be demonstrating how to put on a series of wraps. First, we'll start with the polo wrap. Then we'll move on to a hoof wrap, a wound wrap, a standing wrap, and also a stack wrap. Before we begin, I'm going to show you a few things you might want to get together prior to starting your wraps. First, for the polo wrap, you'll need a clean polo. This is important that you have it clean because it can irritate the horse's skin. In addition, you want it to still maintain some elasticity and not have any holes. For the hoof wrap, you'll want a diaper, some duct tape, some vet wrap, and then two optional items that are pretty handy are elasticon and bandage scissors. Now, for the standing wrap, you'll need a quilted wrap, a track wrap, which is different from a polo wrap, and then also some masking tape. If you're going to do a bandage or treat an injury beneath the standing wrap, you'll want to add whatever ointment you need, a non-stick Telfa pad like this one, and then some brown roll gauze. You'll probably also want your bandage scissors handy for this. Finally, for the stack wrap, you'll need two quilted wraps, two track wraps, one of which being a little bit larger than the other, your masking tape, and you'll definitely want some elasticon and bandage scissors. Now, I'm going to demonstrate how to apply a polo wrap. Before we begin, you want to make sure that you're crouching down, that you're not on your knees or sitting on the floor. If your horse were to shift, they could step on you. Next, you also want to check the direction of your polo wrap. You don't want to wrap around like this, but instead place what would be the outside of the polo wrap just to the inside of the horse's cannon bone, and then unroll your polo wrap onto itself. Now, as you do this, you want to go once over the starting path, and then you want to apply a smooth, even pressure and move down the leg. Horses with a shorter cannon bone will have a little bit more overlap, but as a rule of thumb, you want to go about halfway over each passover. Now that I've reached the fetlock, you don't want to cut the entire fetlock, but instead just barely cut below the ergot. Then, as I move back up, I want to make sure that I'm not getting any wrinkles or folds, and that I'm making even layers up the cannon bone. Now that I've reached the top, I'm going to make sure that my Velcro is applied straight and smoothly around the leg. And I'm going to make sure that there are no wrinkles or catches. Before we begin the hoof wrap, I want to show you how to prepare your duct tape bandage. This bandage is really important because this is what protects the hoof from the outside world. Not only is it waterproof, but it will also protect your diaper and your vet wrap from getting wet in the stall or from the horse poking holes. I like to do a layer of duct tape overlapping by about 1/2 of each strip, going one direction, and then again going the opposite direction. You can do this on a wall or you can do this on some jeans, whatever your preference. You just want to make sure that it's a little bit wider than the hoof itself. Anything extra you can just trim off. So for Dosa, I'm only going to do about 4 or 5 strips each way. She's got very small feet and very small legs, so I think that this will be plenty big enough. For the hoof wrap, you want to make sure that you start with a nice clean hoof. If you're going to put a sugar dyed solution in, you can apply that to the diaper or to the hoof now. First, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place the hoof inside the diaper. I'm going to put the toe right here in this natural crease of the diaper, and then I'm going to use the pre-built tabs to stretch it around the horse's foot. You can use gauze for this or any type of foam padding, but we like to use diapers because they've already got these nice sticky tabs. Once I've got the diaper secured, I'm going to apply my vet wrap. Now, the vet wrap doesn't have to be beautiful, but it does have to protect the hoof from the outside dirt and shavings that may be in the horse's stall. In addition, this is going to be extra protection from the ground. I want to take care to make sure that I cover the toe and the entire base of this diaper. You do not have to go really high up the fetlock. Nor does it have to be perfect. You do want it to be nice and smooth across the hoof if possible. Now I'm going to apply my pre-made duct tape wrap. I'm going to start with the part that I want on the toe. And I'm going to press that on the toe first, and then I'm going to press the rest of this, making my way to the back. If you've got a particularly large wrap that's not folding well, you can cut the corners with bandage scissors. Now I'm going to go ahead and let her place her foot down and see where I might need to add more. I'm going to go ahead and add one more across the front. I'm going to add another just here below her heels. And maybe one more for security. I'm going to press all of my duct tape down really well, and then using my bandage scissors, I'm going to trim off some of this excess. First, I'm going to make a vertical cut straight down to her coronary band. This is because I don't want any tight pressure to be on her coronary band. Then, I'm going to fold all of this excess diaper down, and I'm going to trim off all of these edges. Once you're done with your wrap, another important consideration is that there's no duct tape touching the horse's skin. This is because the adhesive on duct tape can be very caustic to the horse. Now that I'm finished with my wrap, I think that she's probably good to go for 12 or 24 hours until the next bandage change. Now I'm going to demonstrate how to do a standing wrap. To begin, I'm going to take my pillow or quilted wrap here, and I'm going to make sure that I've got it rolled the right way. I want the softer side against my horse's skin. Then, similarly to the polo wrap, I'm going to place it just on the inside of the cannon bone, and I'm going to start to unroll this, making sure that each pass is smooth. I want the top of this to be right in a line and just below the knee. Once this is unrolled, I'm going to take my track wrap. I like to anchor my track wrap just a little bit under the pillow wrap itself. And then, with a consistent and smooth and firm pull, I'm going to go ahead and begin wrapping around the horse's leg. Now, for this particular wrap, it's perfectly acceptable to do the entire fetlock joint. In fact, if you're doing a standing wrap, that will help anchor that. As I go around, I'm trying to make sure that I don't have any wrinkles or folds, and then I apply consistent pressure. You want to see about a ½ inch to an inch at both the top and the bottom of each wrap. And now that I'm reaching the end of my wrap, this particular one does not have any Velcro. So I'm going to smooth it out, and I'm going to go ahead and apply some masking tape. I'm going to start right here at the top and move in a spiral motion around the wrap. And then as I finish, I'm going to add a little tab here so that I can pull it off easily later. This little bit here is just extra from the old Velcro. Now I'm going to demonstrate how to do a bandage wrap. We're going to assume that she has a wound right here on the front of her cannon bone. So first I'm going to start with my non-stick Telfa pad. Then, using my pad, I'm going to dip my pad into the ointment of choice. Now, it's important that you dip the pad and not your fingers because this can contaminate your ointment. Now, I'm going to place my pad right here where I think her wound is, and then, using my brown roll gauze, I'm just going to secure this bandage here. I want to make sure this lies very smooth and flat, and I'm going to roll a little bit above and a little bit below the non-stick Telfa pad. Once I feel like that's secure, I'm going to take my bandage scissors and cut my brown roll gauze. Now, I want to make sure that I lie this nice and flat before moving to my quilted wrap. Then, taking my quilted wrap, I'm going to go ahead and just start applying this just to the inside of the cannon bone, and with consistent, even pressure, unroll this wrap on her leg. Now, using my track wrap, I'm once again going to secure it just on the inside of this wrap. Taking care to keep things very smooth and straight. I'm going to work my way down, going again around her fetlock. Now, once again, you don't have to cut the fetlock on all wraps, but it can provide a little bit added security. With each pass, I'm covering about half of my last pass. Now, as I reach the top, I'm going to go ahead and finish this wrap off again with some masking tape. Now, I've started a little tab here so that it's easy for me to unroll it. And then I'm just going to smoothly secure this to itself, finishing off with a tab once again. I'll feel it and check for any wrinkles, and that's your wound wrap. Now I'll demonstrate the stack wrap. As you can see here, I have a standing wrap already applied that goes below the fetlock to help anchor it. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add yet another quilted wrap, setting this just on top of the wrap I already have. This is particularly useful if you've got an injury to the upper part of the leg. Now once again, I'm going to go ahead and start unrolling my wrap. Again, making sure that this is nice and smooth. Then, with a much larger piece of track wrap, I'm going to once again anchor the top of my track wrap underneath this quilted wrap. Then, making a pass over where I started, I'm going to go ahead and start to work my way down the horse's leg. Since I have a longer track wrap, I can go all the way down to the base of the leg and then work my way all the way back up. This will give the stack wrap extra support. Once again, I'm just making sure I'm applying even pressure all the way down the leg and covering each pass about 1/2. Periodically, I want to feel for any wrinkles or folds. And now that I'm reaching the top, I want to once again leave another 1/2 inch to 1 inch right here at the top. Now that I've reached the end of my track wrap, I'm going to again secure this. off later. Now that I've finished my stack wrap, I'm going to go ahead and apply Elasticon. This is particularly useful because it'll keep debris out of the wound. Now, placing part of the Elasticon on the wrap and the other half on her skin, I'm going to carefully stretch this around the top of the bandage. In addition, this also helps anchor the bandage and keep it from slipping. Using my bandage scissors, I'm just going to trim up the end and make sure that it's well adhered to itself. In addition, I can also do this at the base of the wrap. Again, putting just one half on the wrap and then one half on the hook. And now my stack wrap is secured. Once you're done with your wraps, it's important that you put them away properly. For the polo wrap, I'm going to make sure that the Velcro matches the Velcro. So some people like to actually attach the Velcro to itself and then roll. Other people, they like to even fold or roll the Velcro in. You want to make sure that as you do this wrap back, that you keep a little bit of attention. Some people even like to put it on their thigh and roll it down, keeping it straight. Other people, they prefer to use two hands and to roll it like so. And then some, they just even pull just a little bit at a time. It's important though that you try to keep this pretty straight and that you try to maintain the same tension throughout. You don't want to pull this too tight because then you can lose elasticity over time. The other thing that's important is that if you don't have Velcro on these, that you put a little bit of tape on there stating so that no one accidentally picks up one without Velcro.